This week on the Cobbler Crackdown, a local woman with one of those fucking signs votes against affordable housing being built in her town. An adult man has chicken nuggets for dinner before writing a 10-paragraph essay on Reddit about how he'd fix this country. And a man shows up to his first date in a suspiciously lumpy trench coat after lying about his height on Tinder. Before we begin the show today, I just want to first acknowledge that today we will be learning and collaborating on native Hyperborean land. This is the Cobbler Crackdown. In paranoid schizophrenia news, the world population passed 8 billion people, and they're coming for you! In Russian news, the United States of America and Russia made a high-profile prisoner exchange last month, as WNBA player Brittany Grenier was traded for Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout, aka the Merchant of Death. This trade has drawn a great deal of criticism, as many are claiming the trade was only made due to the fact that Grenier is a high-profile lesbian black woman. These accusations of preferential treatment are obviously ridiculous. How can we possibly know if Miss Grenier is black if we don't know if she voted for Biden or not? Ladies and gentlemen, every news source has their specialty, be it politics, economics, middle American rage, propaganda, or I don't know, cars or whatever the fuck. And you know, ever since I started this show, I've been looking for it. What is our specialty? What is the Cobbler news team destined to specialize in? Well, we finally found it. Cum. It's cum. We're the cum experts. The global decline in sperm rates has been known for some time, but new research shows this trend to be accelerating. This spells possible disaster for the human race, as well as for my whore of an ex-wife. What's she gonna have for dinner now?
We interrupt this program for a word from our sponsors.
Chemicals. What are they? What's in them? What do they do? Is the CIA using soap to control your brain via these chemicals? Did they study the chemicals ants vomit on each other to communicate, and are now using those same chemicals to prevent you from learning the truth? This homeless man I put in a lab coat says, yes. Yes, folks, I'm afraid the CIA has hit us in our most vulnerable places, and the only way to prevent the CIA from sinking its claws into your glorious hair is to use Dr. Squatch. I can't even read the back of most soap's ingredient labels. I mean, I can't read the Dr. Squatch one either, I just can't read. However, they seem to use much fewer of those funny little symbols, whatever they do. So, I'm guessing it's good. It certainly feels good on my skin, whereas these other harsh chemicals will dry my skin out. Dr. Squatch makes my skin feel fantastic. Dr. Squatch produces an entire line of natural, great-smelling hygiene products, ranging from toothpaste to soaps and shampoos and deodorants. And while I may not know how to read, I know what smells good. And this Bay Rum soap smelled so good that my girlfriend allowed me to go on dates with her in public, as long as her other boyfriend chaperoned. Listen, I've looked at my analytics, and 99% of you smell like shit, alright? Gross weirdos is my key demographic. Buy this soap. It smells good, it's natural, it'll keep the CIA out of your brain, maybe. I'm pretty sure I'm on to something with the ant thing. New customers can get 20% off on orders of $20 or more if they use my code DSQPEACH and click my link in the description below. Thanks, Dr. Squatch, for sponsoring this video. In business news, CC's Pizza Buffet, after struggling to turn a profit these past 10 years, has instituted a new turnaround plan, outlined by new CEO Lucifer Businesson. The Pizza Trough. Rather than laying out all the disgusting grease discs in a straight line, now the company will rather dispense the fetid foodstuffs in a large trough filled with uncooked dough, sauce, cheese, and various other arguably edible toppings. This isn't just a restaurant layout change, though. This is the beginning of an entire rebranding for the struggling company. The slogan has been changed from the strangely ominous Beyond Pizza to Roll Up Piggies, it's dinner time, oink oink. We reached out to the new CEO for comment, citing our concerns for human decency, and the CEO responded with breath that reeked of sulfur. CC's pizza locations are disproportionately placed in underserved, minority, and poverty-stricken areas of the United States. Through our new Pizza Trough service model, we hope to better nourish BIPOC, non-binary bodies. In race war news, the Saba people of central Kabulistan have begun systematically exterminating Seljuk minorities in the region. This is developing into a full-blown humanitarian crisis, but the UN is drafting plans to airdrop our nation's most insufferable HR people into the troubled region, so they can end the bloody genocide with racial sensitivity PowerPoint presentations. Critics of the policy point out that these middle-class wine moms are going to struggle to end the centuries of tension between the two peoples, but this newsman maintains they will absolutely fix the problem, because these women control the media some fucking how, and I'm scared to suggest otherwise. In desperately trying to escape before it's too late news, NASA launched Artemis 1, the first step in returning to manned moon missions. NASA hopes to land its first LGBTQ+ and person of color astronauts on the moon soon. No Mexicans though, according to a NASA spokesperson. They're all way too into Dragon Ball Z. It's not because they're brown, it's because they're weebs. What do you think of this NASA mission, Unbearable Abyss, considering you are, of course, a being of pure celestial malevolence?
You cannot have the stars. Granted the power of gods, you would take them out of the sky and sell a subscription service to gaze upon them.
Okay, well, let's settle down. There'd be a month-long free trial. It'd be perfectly ethical. In YouTuber news, which is like regular news except it increases suicide rates marginally more, notorious SoundCloud rapper, People Magazine's most eligible pedophile, and the only person to successfully commit suicide twice, DSQPEACH Cobbler, was finally permanently banned from Twitter. So I've switched to Parler, in much the same way that getting banned from Tinder made me download Grindr. The chicks on Grindr are hotter anyway. The tweet that finally caused the ban hammer to come down on this modern-day martyr for madness was, unfortunately, not funny. Like, not even close. It was a rhetorical death threat intended to criticize how shitlibs will talk about how horrible toxic masculinity is, until someone they don't like cries or wears a dress, at which point they will call him a fancy pants gay boy. To be clear, I'm absolutely not calling for any harm to come to Jordan Peterson. I have no idea how anybody can muster the enthusiasm to care about him one way or the other. He just tells people to clean their room and isn't into fat chicks. He does sound like a bitch though, but I can say that. We reached out to DSQPEACH Cobbler for comment on this final 1984ing of his account, and he replied, "We all know the real reason I was banned. Demi Lovato was hot. I was there. I fucking saw it. Globalists are trying to erase history. She was hot. The Simpsons was funny. I had hair. You can't lie." DSQPEACH Cobbler is, at the end, happy that he's no longer on Twitter. He found that Twitter was toxic and really negatively affecting his mental health, but now he can spend his free time doing what he used to do before Twitter. Mailing decapitated rats to women he's attracted to, and hanging out on the /fit board on 4chan, where he can share his love of hating fat women and cleaning his room with like-minded gym cells. In further Twitter news, because we need to talk about tweets. What are people tweeting? Why are they tweeting? What's going on with Twitter? Like, it's like the least used social media. Why do we always talk about Elon Musk has purchased a platform for $44 billion. Yeah, that is how long it has been since I made a crackdown. We reached out to Musk for comment, and he said comments cost $8 a month, you fucking commie. So, what's my take on this weirdly divisive shit show? As a newsman, my job is, of course, not to inform you. It is to feed you regurgitated government and business-approved opinions, like a CIA-funded mommy bird, into your gaping, ignorant mouths. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest instead. The only thing human civilization is still capable of being is two things. Number one, evil, and number two, funny. Sometimes at the same time. The Russian invasion of Ukraine comes to mind. Keep coping, Russians. Our gay pride military-industrial complex wins again. Musk's purchase of Twitter is incredibly funny. It's been funny from like start to finish, and a lot of people think it's evil. And that just makes it even funnier. They're so fucking mad. It's Twitter. It's funny in like 7 or 8 distinct ways. This has been amazing. In further social media news, because it's just news is just social media now. Registered sex defender DSQPEACH Cobbler has been banned from Parler. We reached out to Cobbler for comment, and he responded, "Being gay is a choice. I was not harassing Trump with hardcore gay pornography. I was making a measured argument to convince him to be my daddy." DSQPEACH Cobbler has announced a plan to build his own social network, where he can be a horrible toxic monster in peace, called Forum. Forum, says Cobbler, will be a public space designed to promote social interaction, commerce, and political organization. It will serve as a celebration of and a monument to our history, religion, and achievements. What? Wait, hold on. You're saying it would be simultaneously communist and fascist, depending on who you asked? Also, the homeless are just going to pee everywhere? Okay, well, no, don't give the venture capitalist money back. We'll keep that. We'll buy Bitcoin. I'm pleased to say that we have a great deal of news from our betters today. As we all appreciate the elites and what they do for us and their very savvy business moves, it's important to note and study how they navigate the treacherous waters of commerce, which, of course, as a poor, I simply could never match. I was recently told if you want money, you need to invest it in assets. So, once I find money, I'll be sure to do that. Our first piece of financial news is the bankruptcy of crypto exchange website FTX, and the arrest of CEO and founder Sam Bankman-Fried. Imagine entrusting your money to a guy with a hyphenated last name. Of course, the collapse of the firm had long-reaching consequences for our betters, particularly genius investor Kevin O'Leary.
This, according to Oxfam, of the world's 85 richest people, is equal to the 3.5 billion poorest people.
It's fantastic. And this is a great thing because it inspires everybody, gets the motivation to look up to the 1% and say, I want to become one of those people. I'm going to fight hard to get up to the top. This is fantastic news, and of course I applaud it.
Kevin O'Leary, businessman and spokesman for the now defunct company, lost over $15 million when the company became insolvent. And I think it's fantastic news, as he can now look up to his betters and #Grussel his way back to the top of our great civilization with its many achievements, such as Carnival Cruise Lines, the fact that people at Walmart have to check your receipt now to make sure you didn't steal shit from Walmart. I don't think there's a thing in Walmart that's worth more than $10 fucking. Stop checking my receipt. In related news, a local old woman gave all her money to the autistic boy down the street who holds furry orgies during the weekends. The old woman interpreted this man's lack of social skills to mean that he's one of those Rain Man savants, although anyone that knows jack about dick could easily tell that he's just a jackass in cargo shorts. The reason this old woman, who's frightened and ignorant of the changing world around her, gave this young cargo short-wearing asshole money is so that he could invest it in legless horses on her behalf. What's that? It has come to my attention that she has now lost all of her money, but there's no way anyone could have seen it coming. This is business. Sometimes things just don't work out. In incredibly boring news, another guy I didn't hear about until he was accused of rape was just accused of rape. Andrew Callaghan now joins the ranks of every Minecraft YouTuber in existence, and my long-lost uncle. Oh, we got some breaking news here, folks. A small child fell into a CiCi's Pizza trough, only to be instantly eaten in the gluttonous fervor of the CiCi's Pizza patrons. The customers behind this act of accidental cannibalism reportedly felt terribly guilty that they ate something that didn't fit in with their new keto diet they've been trying out. We reached out to the CEO for comment, and he replied in a confusing dialect of 70s-era Ebonics. Fuck off, white colonizer. That was reparations, you dig? And now, in candy news, the M&M company has gone too far this time as
woke M&Ms have returned. The green M&M got her boots back, but apparently is now a lesbian, maybe? And there's also a plus-sized, obese purple M&M. So we're going to cover that, of course.
I can't do it anymore. It's fucking candy! Made in a computer at the direction of a marketing guy. You can't even taste it. It's not candy. It's a ghost made by a machine to pump numbers that no one will ever see. It's gonna get worse.